So picture this. You're scrolling through your feed when you catch a glimpse of paradise, Montecito, California. Land of ocean breezes, perfectly manicured lawns, and the kind of wealth that whispers rather than shouts. But what happens when royalty moves into this quiet enclave? I'm about to tell you the story that's got everyone talking. Imagine living in this peaceful bubble where your neighbors are retired CEOs and people who casually discuss their favorite kombucha flavors over brunch. Life follows a predictable rhythm until Meghan and Harry arrive. Yes, those two, the Duke and Duchess of We Just Want Privacy, who somehow managed to tell their entire life story via Oprah, Netflix, Spotify, and basically any platform with a working microphone. But here's where it gets interesting. Meet Frank McInity, an elderly Navy veteran who happens to live next door to the royal refugees. Frank, being the thoughtful neighbor he is, decided to welcome them with some homemade DVDs about the local area. Nothing fancy, just a kind gesture from someone who's called Montecito home for decades. And what happened? They are not interested, says a security guard at the gate. That's right. The self-proclaimed champions of compassion and community couldn't spare 5 minutes for a veteran who fought for their adopted country. We don't see them very much around here, Frank later told a local reporter. It's surprising they chose this place. People are typically older here. It's where the elephants come to die. Ouch! But is he wrong? Montecito is known for being quiet, elegant, and dignified, not exactly the natural habitat for two walking headline generators who sued UK tabloids while simultaneously allergic to staying out of the press. But wait! Hollywood royalty Sharon Stone jumps to their defense, insisting the Sussexes are indeed part of the community. Her evidence? They waved while riding bicycles across the street once. A whole wave. Such contribution. Such integration. Let's get real for a second. These are the same people who claim they fled the UK to escape media scrutiny and regain control over their narrative. Yet somehow they purchase a $14 million mansion in a neighborhood where Oprah, Ellen, and Gwyneth Paltrow practically share fence lines. They wanted independence and freedom. What they actually wanted was a gated life with enough privacy to curate their perfect image, but not so much privacy that they can't release another documentary when the bank account starts looking slim. Remember when Meghan delivered that heartfelt speech about community, about connection, compassion, and being there for each other? Apparently, that doesn't extend to elderly neighbors bearing DVDs. What exactly did they think Frank was going to do? Storm the mansion with Montecito, the early years? So while the Sussexes continue their mission of quietly existing in a $14 million fortress, the real royalty of Montecito, the neighbors, the veterans, the people who built that community, are left standing at the gate, DVDs in hand, wondering what it takes to get a simple hello. But hey, maybe if Frank had a podcast production company or worked for Vogue, those gates might have swung wide open. Until then, it seems the drawbridge to Castle Sussex remains firmly up,